All right, so welcome everyone to this free training, this live training on 3 ways to upgrade your marketing and income using your human design. So I am so excited to dive into this topic and just chat with you guys today, a little bit of the inspiration behind this, because this is something that I absolutely hear from my clients quite a bit, especially when it comes to just the different areas and the different avenues of how they're marketing. And if you are an entrepreneur where you are on this, you're in this place where you've grown your business, you have a sustainable income, you have like predictable revenue, you've hit certain milestones in your business, and now you're looking at that next level. And you're also at this point of you've done a certain amount of marketing to get you to this point. And as you're looking out at the trajectory of the growth of your business and that next level of income, that next level of client, and the bigger vision that you have for your business, for your brand, and for your company, if you are feeling in any way, shape, or form this feeling of exhaustion or an underlying frustration or a little bit of burnout in the process of getting here, you might be feeling a little bit of this resistance of really stepping up into that next level, just out of like self-preservation of, you don't want to like increase that level of exhaustion or feeling burnt out. And especially if that source of frustration is kind of coming from your marketing, coming from some of the activities that you've done to get you here, and you're kind of realizing that what has gotten you here is not really going to be ideal for getting you to that next level, especially if you're really working to create this bigger vision for your company, but also this like next level of freedom and joy for yourself. Because my guess is you got into business to serve others, to create this impact, but you also got into your business to create that lifestyle that you dream of. You really want your business to support you, not necessarily drain you. So the inspiration for this topic we're chatting about today is just one example of many clients that I've chatted with through marketing, through human design, and leveraging their human design in their business. So in particular, this particular client that inspired this talk, she came to me because she too was noticing this trend of feeling more exhaustion in her business and feeling like more of this lower level, like this level of frustration was growing. And there were certain days where she just like didn't want to look at her calendar. It was kind of one of those things where she had created this business for herself, but now what at one time she was able to just do without feeling these feelings of like feeling drained or feeling burnt out, now is starting to be more noticeable. And for her, like she is, so for her business, she was a coach in the online space. She was a business coach in the online space. Busy mom, all of the things, trying to balance her mom, like all of the things with her kids' activities, mom life, and then this business that she was growing, like combined all of it together. So she's at this point, and maybe this resonates with you too, where your business reaches a point where it has to light you up and it has to support the lifestyle that you desire to create, that you created it to support. It's kind of like you're no longer in this place where you can compromise yourself, you can compromise your health, your well-being going forward. And if you're in this place and you're looking ahead, you're looking at the growth, and you're almost kind of like slowing down the momentum you've created because you're hesitant that all of these things could come up, feeling more drained, more burned out. Is that like you're like really don't want to compromise your personal well-being? Like this is kind of how she felt. This was the struggle. This is like, I've made it here. I see where I want to go, but how can I make this work in a way that's not going to completely deplete me? And create this business that, is not giving you life, is not giving you that freedom. So this particular client needing to balance all of the things, and she was a leader in her industry, and she always had a unique approach in how she showed up and served her clients. So her one of her gifts was being able to truly like meet her clients where they were at and help them on their journey while creating a bigger impact. So when we met, she just felt like she was feeling this draining feeling, that with things that never used to bug her before, or things that never used to feel draining before, at the end of her week, and she was feeling frustrated. And it was almost like she was doing all of the things she was supposed to be doing. So again, it was kind of this awareness or this wake up to the fact that all of the things that she had been doing got her here, but she had her sights set on another level, and kind of this awareness of like, okay, so I can't keep doing the same things if I am going there. And so she was stuck. She's feeling like everything was an uphill battle in her marketing as well. Like she was forcing things to happen in her current business. Because again, she was applying certain tactics, certain strategies that she had picked up or learned, or just her experience of what worked along the way. Recognizing that that is just not going to be sustainable going forward. And yet she was desiring for that growth in her business, for that next level of client, next level of income, next level of just that bigger impact and mission she was in her business to serve, but also desiring more of that freedom that she got into her business to create. So if you can resonate with that, hang tight, because I'm going to talk to you guys about exactly kind of some of the things that I walked her through. And the biggest transition or transformation for this specific client was that once we started working together, and even within one session of going through and really uncovering her unique like strengths, talents, and gifts through her human design, we were able to look at different ways to leverage those strengths and those gifts in her brand, in her business, through key pieces in her human design chart. And we were able to apply all of that to a customized plan for her business. So just even walking away from one session, she felt like she had this permission to make some bolder changes so that her business could grow, and that she could actually grow it into the brand and the vision, that bigger vision that she had for her business and for her life, really. And so that's kind of what we're going to be chatting about today. So again, if you guys are brand new listening to me, picking up on this training, just welcome to my world. And if we haven't yet met, my name is Jen Dice. I'm a physical therapist turned Pinterest agency owner turned human design and marketing coach. And so I empower women in business to step into their greater purpose, show up in their brand unapologetically, and make money in a way that fuels their soul using human design. So again, welcome if you're brand new and just tuning into me for the first time. So what are we chatting about today in this training? We're talking about 3 ways to upgrade your marketing and ultimately your income using human design. So let's break this down. So with this particular client, and if you see yourself in this, if this is resonating, if you're kind of raising your hand or nodding along to this, here are 3 things that I walked this client through. I walked her through a lot of things, but here are some 3 key takeaways that you can then take and start applying to your own marketing, and some key just things to get you started, and ways you can look at potentially using your human design in your marketing going forward. So the first question I asked her, and I want you guys to ask yourself, is where do you feel like you're forcing things in your marketing? So again, simple question, but when she came to me, like her biggest pain point that she described to me was just this feeling of fighting this uphill battle. Everything was uphill, from her calendar to her marketing to the things that in her day to day that literally used to like not be a problem or even lit her up before, now felt like an uphill battle. Now felt like she was just kind of forcing her way through it. She was hitting resistance, and she was just trying to push through the resistance and just try to make it happen. Right. And so answering that question is important, because this is what's going to help us shine a light on the source of where that feeling of frustration is coming from. So if we're talking marketing, instead of burning down your entire marketing strategy, when you ask this question, you get specific on where it's coming from. So maybe it's a specific part or piece or tactic to your overall strategy or your launch or your offer. We're not burning offers down. We're not burning launch strategies down. And we're not burning businesses down. We are figuring out where the source of that frustration is coming from, because that is how we figure out how to solve and tweak and refine. So, and this also gives us a little bit of insight and clues you in as to where in your human design chart you can look to what you can look to leverage from your human design for your next steps. So this is kind of really digging into that pain point, digging into that, but where is that uphill battle? Where do you feel like you're fighting that uphill battle, or really trying to force things that used to feel like easy for you? So that's the first question. The second question is, ask yourself, how do you desire to show up in your brand in a way that feels lighter, flows better, and is more effortless for you. So this isn't just like asking you, like, how do you desire to show up in your marketing, or how do you desire this to be? This is like diving into, okay, how do you want to show up in a way that what would feel lighter for you? What would flow better for you, and what is more effortless for you? Because when you answer it in that way, and you answer this question, you paint a picture for your marketing, or for your offer, or for your launch, or for other pieces of your entire business structure and your goals. You paint a picture based on your strengths, which then allows you to step into your authentic self, to step into that strength that you have, to step into those gifts, to step into like your authentic, your truth, your power, all of that stuff. So this is how, when you paint that picture for yourself, you're able to see, okay, this is what comes naturally to me. This is what feels in alignment for me. So that way we're looking at shining a light on where that pain point is coming from, and getting really, really specific and really curious on where that source of frustration, or where you feel like you're fighting that uphill battle, is coming from in your marketing. But then we're also now kind of reframing that and figuring out, okay, so what would feel effortless for you? If we were to tweak this one thing in your marketing, what would feel effortless for you? So you can, this is one thing you kind of really dive into. You can journal on it. You can get really curious on it, because that's ultimately going to open the door for you to understand like who you are based on your strengths, who you are authentically when it comes to your marketing. Because a lot of times when you start in business and you start marketing, you start creating content, you start emailing your list, you start going live, you start doing all of these things to grow your visibility. We do that oftentimes based on how we were coached, how we were taught, what other people are doing. And we kind of go through we check the boxes, we do the things, and we're showing up. But now when you're looking at another level, it's more about, okay, I'm not just showing up for the sake of showing up. Like, I'm showing up in a way that lights me up. I'm showing up in a way that's going to get my message out there to the right people, so the right people take a step towards me. And so ultimately, when you're looking at really upgrading your marketing and these pieces of your marketing, because when you figure out what your key strengths are, what comes effortless to you, what comes easy to you, what comes natural to you, like that helps cue us into, again, where in your human design we can pull from to then like apply that to how you're tweaking that piece of your marketing plan. How can we pull those strengths and really just infuse your natural talents and strengths into your marketing? And this is where you then are able to create more of that authenticity in your messaging, in your branding, and how you're showing up, in the way you're serving your clients, and how you're actually becoming that magnet for those dream clients that when you're going to that next level, you really want to start calling in those aligned people, those next level clients, so that when you show up, when you're working one-to-one with them, when you're like launching your offers, when you're like stepping into your group programs or other client containers, you are lit up because you are truly in the presence of the people who are meant to work with you, and who are a match to work with you, and who are ready to work with you at that level, right? So that is another way. When you upgrade your marketing, you're going to upgrade your income, because you are calling in that next level of client and that next level of business. And so that's just one thing where when you step into your authentic self in your marketing, and you kind of infuse that into other areas in your marketing and your messaging, that is how you can speak more directly to your ideal clients, versus a mix and match of people in your audience. And so the third question I want you to take away or ask yourself is, so now we've talked about the problem, we've talked about what is, like, where is that pain point? Where is that source of frustration? Where is that uphill battle happening in your marketing or your business? And what comes effortless to you? So what strengths can we pull from to refine and kind of tweak that piece of your marketing plan or that piece of your business? And now it's what's one action step you can take today. So the first two questions brought awareness to the problem and to the desire that you have, where you want to get to with your marketing, or how you want to show up in your marketing, or what you envisioned for the bigger level, next level of your brand. So we created awareness around that, but awareness without action, it's not going to get you anywhere. Like that, when creating awareness, we also have to have action to create that upgrade in your marketing, in your brand, and in your income. So, because if you're just creating like awareness and you're not taking the action, it's like you're binging it's like you buy a course and you binge all of the modules, and then you say to yourself, like, okay, that was great. That was awesome. And then you don't do anything with it and it goes on your shelf and you completely forget about it. I totally have done that. And I know many of you have done that if you're tuning in to me. So definitely, if this is where you start taking action and you make the decision of what your next action step is, that is what's going to restart and refuel that momentum to that next level. And so those are just some three key takeaways. So questions to ask yourself: where is that frustration coming from? Where are you fighting that uphill battle? When it comes to your marketing, what feels effortless for you, or that piece of your business that you're noticing that showing up? What feels effortless to you? What do you like? How do you want to show up for that specific situation? What comes naturally to you? Diving into your strengths, and then what's one action step that you can take? And so obviously pulling in key pieces of your human design helps when you have your human design and start to kind of understand the different pieces of it. So if you are gone through this training and you're completely new and you're like, okay, that is awesome, but I am new to human design, I'm not sure how to get started, I have a link in the notes that come with this recording, and you guys can grab that. It will get you started on pulling your human design chart, walking you through the basics of your human design chart, and then just couple of free added bonus trainings with it that will help you get started in applying your human design. And then you can come back to this training, listen to it again, rewatch it again, and start applying it and pull out these questions. But either way, these questions are powerful for you to answer for yourself going forward, so that you truly are able to create this business, this brand, and this next level of life for yourself in a way that works for you. So thank you guys so much for joining me this week, and I look forward to chatting with you again next week on the next live training that I have for you guys. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I will catch you next time. All right. Bye, everyone.